All right, let's talk about the relationship dynamic from hell. The dismissive avoidant and the fearful avoidant combo. And they often pair together. They gravitate towards each other due to their own individual attachment wounds from childhood. Now, this is a relationship where conflict goes unresolved. And there is a lot of conflict quite often in these dynamics. The fearful avoidant, their core wound is betrayal. The feeling like they're going to get hurt, that it's inevitable, their partner is going to betray them. The dismissive avoidant, well, they were just completely neglected in childhood, and they feel defective at their core, like there's something wrong with them, that they're not really lovable. The fearful avoidant, well, they really want to be seen, they want to be understood, they want their partner to get them. They're deep feelers, although they often struggle with effective communication. The dismissive avoidant, on the other hand, they struggle with emotional depth. They suppress emotions. They're not very good at even understanding their own emotions, and many of them experience alexithymia, which is the inability to recognize and understand their own emotions, as well as the inability to recognize and understand the emotions in others. It comes from a lifetime of emotional suppression due to that emotional neglect in childhood. Emotions were not safe in their households. So, in this relationship dynamic, the fearful avoidant generally starts the conflict because their needs aren't being met. They have deep emotional needs. They want connection. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. And the dismissive avoidant, well, they really struggle to consider the needs and feelings of another person. They grew up really solely focused on themselves. So the needs of the fearful avoidant are getting unmet. Fearful avoidant brings it up. My needs aren't being met. Dismissive avoidant gets triggered because of the confrontation, the conflict, and the criticism. They don't do well with criticism. It pokes at that defectiveness wound. Well, now they're feeling that shame of that defectiveness, and they shut down. That's what they do in conflict. They shut down. They withdraw. They get quiet. They don't engage, and they certainly don't resolve the conflict. Now the fearful avoidant is feeling completely unseen, completely unheard, and in a sense betrayed, because you're supposed to be there for me. You're supposed to meet my needs. You're my partner. You're supposed to be there. But now they're shut down. And the more they push, the more the DA shuts down, the more they withdraw. And then eventually, they don't resolve it. They sweep it under the rug. And the cycle begins all over again. Constant unmet needs, constant shutdowns. And the constant unmet needs are really building up resentment inside of the fearful avoidant. So now they're getting more angry, more hostile, more critical each time they bring up conflict. It's just getting worse and worse and worse as they continue to go unseen and unheard. And the dismissive avoidant is feeling more attacked, more attacked. Why can't we just have peace and harmony? Because that's what they want in a relationship. Peace and harmony at a surface level. No vulnerability, no expectations, no needs, no deep emotions, just light and happy all the time. And the fearful avoidant wants a deep emotional connection and to be understood. And the two of them are really like oil and water. It is not mixing, and conflict just never gets resolved. And it builds up to resentment, 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 until eventually the relationship falls apart. It either falls apart or both parties in the relationship look at themselves, take accountability, work to heal their own wounds as individuals and together as a couple, and learn to communicate and meet each other's needs. But without that,